welcome to my channel. I just wanted to film this video quickly today. It is the 5th. So the new episodes of Love is Blind are gonna drop at midnight. So hopefully I can get this up before then, because if my hot take, one of my hot takes is proven, I really want it to I want this to be up so we can know that I thought about it, okay? I was right. We'll see. We'll see. There's a high possibility that I'm very much incorrect, but I'm gonna shoot my shot, and that's why I need to film this right now. It's gonna be rushed. It's gonna be rushed. I, in the future, hope to be able to add clips in and do different stuff when I do reviews, but baby steps. I'm just getting comfortable being in front of the camera. So we'll start there. Let's get into it. The whole AD thing, people are complaining about AD talking to Kenneth about can Brittany. I always want to call her Ashley every single time. Her name is Brittany. I think she's so sweet. I thought that her and Kenneth were compatible. Before the pods, I was like, yes. They're solid. They're gonna get married. They're gonna be so cute. They're gonna be so wholesome. And then when they met, I was like, okay, it's more awkward than I would have loved, but it's okay. They can recover. And then when he was given assignments, when they were on the honeymoon, he was like, every night I want us to do this and that and the third. I'm like, not you giving assignments. It's bedtime. I'm trying to sleep. You feel me? Why am I doing agendas and meetings in my bed? I'm trying to sleep. Have organic check-ins. So not every night we need to do this and this and this and this. It's just feels very forced. I to show I like for people to show initiative in relationships, but there's something about that felt forced and performative. But anyway, moving on. That I don't know that was a hot take. That just I got sidetracked. So my next hot take is people were complaining about AD talking to Kenneth and they said it wasn't her place. I do think it was her place. I absolutely do think it was her place, because I think his family could have done that better, because if this is his first time dating a white woman, his family sure was going to pull him aside and be like, what's up here? Absolutely. But I do think that as AD, they all love to claim they're all friends in this process, right? They're going through a process that his family or so many other people in his life won't understand. I think it was completely fine for AD to have that conversation. Now, would I have had that conversation if I were her? No, because there's all this rhetoric around interracial dating, or the lack thereof when it comes to, or not doing it when it comes to Black people, Black men, Black women, that whole dynamic. It's a minefield. So if I were her, I'd be like, I'm not gonna be caught out here looking crazy, and they're gonna try and paint me like I'm trying to break them up because she's white. You feel me? So I would have never said a thing. But I also wouldn't be out here talking about Black love. She's so trifling for that Black love stuff. You were to choose Matthew, and then it would have been swirling. It was about to be swirling. Stop it right now. She was trifling for that. Anyway, I love AD though. I really do think it was fine for her to have that conversation. I wouldn't have done it, but I think it was fine. Now, the conversation that I felt wasn't her place was the Sarah Ann conversation. That I felt wasn't her place. Laura, maybe it's off camera. Maybe off camera, Laura apologized for the whole bean dip debacle. I don't know. But to me, we have not seen Laura and AD being close enough for AD to be caping like that for Laura. And at the end of the day, I think she was triggered because Clay is every chance he gets, he's talking about cheating. Cheating. Every chance he gets. Okay? So I'm sure that's really why she had that combo, and not because she's a ride or die for Laura. And at the end of the day, nothing that she said in that conversation was wrong, but I just think why are you having it, and then why are you getting so heated and getting up and walking away mid-combo? I do think Sarah was being irritating and being I don't apologize, I'm not sorry. I'm you were wrong. She was wrong. Let's be real. And it's bothering me that she was just trying to not acknowledge the fact that she was essentially trying to be a homewrecker. Just own that. Just say, I was correct in that sense because he made the wrong decision. Like, we were meant to be. Like, it would be Delulu, but I would respect it so much more than, because at the end of the day, Jeremy's very unserious in general. I don't think he's serious about Sarah Ann. But at least just on the fact that I know it was wrong, but I felt like it was worth it. Because I felt like what we had was more important than the fact that he was engaged. Especially because, you know, it's such a short engagement. We were dating 2 seconds ago, kind of thing. Like, she could have, and maybe they edited that stuff out, but I just felt like she wasn't trying to take any accountability. And then when she was talking to Jeremy later, like, it was just very irritating. Because I was like, girl, you're a homewrecker, and Jeremy's essentially a cheater. Like, just hold that. Y'all can be happy because you're like, well, the relationship was bad, and now we're in something good. But that doesn't mean that you still can acknowledge that you did a bad thing. Even her saying I have no regrets, like, you can say I have no regrets, but understand that it's a bad thing and then I wouldn't do it again, or I wouldn't recommend someone else do it, whatever. But, like, it's just extremely selfish. It's bad behavior. We understand it. We get it. But it was just bothering me that she was acting like it was totally okay for her to have sent that message. It wasn't. It was not. But she got what she wanted out of that situation, and I just don't understand why AD was the one to have to try and, like, hold her to task, and then getting mad at Sarah Ann for, like, not taking accountability. It's like, girl, this is not your man. Relax. You're way too upset for this situation. Like, it's not about you. But we obviously know why. We know why. But anyway, getting to the meat and potatoes of why I want to make this video now is because I think every single couple is going to get married. Now, that's about to come out tonight, so that's why I was like, I need to, like, film this. I need to get this out today, even though I'm, like, not ready. I'm like, but I'm going to rush this because I need there to be evidence. Like, if I'm right, I need there to be evidence that I said that beforehand. I don't want to come out in the end and be like, I knew they were all going to get married. But here's why I think so, right? I think as insecure as Chelsea is, because I know everyone's like, down on Chelsea, not too much on her. I think she's a kind soul. Like, I think deep down she's a sweet soul. She's just been through a lot and she's not handling it well. And I think that for many of these people on the show, like, I think many of people are lovely and genuine, but they just got issues. Like Laura, she's mean, right? But, and we all acknowledge that, but I do think she, like, has a good heart and she really wants love, right? She got to work on some things. But, like, she was genuine, and she did not deserve what Jeremy did. Let's be real. Anyway. So I think Chelsea, you know, in a lot of people's eyes, she's the problem. But I just think, like, Jimmy is also clingy. He's just flying under the radar because Chelsea is, like, you know, because in the pods and throughout the show, he keeps saying, oh, if you tell me you love me every day, like, I'll stay with you forever. Why is that all you need to be in a relationship forever? You know what I mean? Like, it just screams, like, needing of affection, you know what I'm saying? Like, whereas, like, there should be a lot more, you should require more, in my opinion. You should require more. So, that's where I was just like, okay, and then the way he got so up in arms about the, like, Johnny and Amy comment, it was, like, something else that also happened where I was like, oh boy, when his friends said that he's usually the clingy one. Like, just multiple things. I was like, he's also clingy. And I feel like as much as he, like, kicks off with Chelsea because she's unreasonable, I think he likes having someone so needy. Not quite as needy as Chelsea, but, like, 25% less, and I think he would be in heaven. Like, I genuinely think so. So, that's my thing. I think Chelsea and what's his name, Jimmy, are gonna get married, even though I do want him to be released from the chains of Chelsea because she's doing way too much. She's doing way too much. But I do think that they're gonna get married. I do. Clay and AD, everyone's like, Clay's gonna say no or AD's gonna say no. I think AD is smitten. I think it's very surface, to be fair. I think she's smitten, and I think Clay wants to be the type of guy who would say yes, and I think he might say yes, try to, like, force himself to, like, grow up in that way. I think so. Not because he truly loves AD or feels like he's gonna make it for the long haul with AD, but I think because he can see his ideal self in being married to her, especially because she's been so understanding with like his pitfalls. So I actually think they're gonna say yes, both of them. I know it's a long shot. That's why we're here with the hot takes, right? And then the last, Amy and Johnny, like, whatever. Obviously, they're gonna get married. I want to make a video about the whole contraception debate because people seem confused. But one little note I will say is that in one of her like direct to camera interviews, she says that Johnny doesn't think condoms are enough. Everyone keeps saying, "Don't they know condoms are a thing?" They do. They just don't think it's enough. And because Johnny seems extra paranoid about pregnancy, and I'll get to this in the video, but there's like a scene that's like kind of choppily edited, and I believe what they edited out is that Amy is not for abortion, but Johnny is okay with it. And so in his mind, I think if he had the backup of, if we just use condoms and you happen to get pregnant, the backup would be abortion in his mind, but Amy's not with that. So that's my assumption based on the choppy editing of that scene. And so he wants to, because he is like, no oopsie babies at all, he wants to double up on methods of contraception. So I do believe that they've had a conversation, and Amy has said direct to camera he doesn't think it's enough. So it seems like they're trying to double up. Now everyone's like, oh, he just doesn't want to wrap it up. Like, maybe, who knows? But it seems like he just wants to double up methods. And I actually know people who do that, who are that paranoid about pregnancy that they do double up methods. They are on birth control and also use protection. So, you know, that's everyone's journey. But I just want to say that but I'll get more into like why their debate is actually more valid than people make it out to be. And I think the reason why people are confused about why it's such a big deal is because people do not know enough about contraception and that whole thing and how it affects your long-term fertility. So I'm going to do a video about that like some point this week, like hopefully tomorrow, but we'll see. So stay tuned for that. I'm also excited to see the weddings. I think that's it. Like, I think, yeah, it's just 3 couples. I was like, why is it like such a little amount? Anyway, what other hot takes do I have? I have notes over here because I'm flipping on my phone. So they're on my computer. The last thing I just want to say is that reality TV is hard, right? As a reality TV watcher, it really upsets me to see like how intensely certain people get dragged. Just because like people are not gonna want to go on these shows anymore because of how the internet just goes wild. I love reality TV, and I think it's really fun to see earnest and genuine and real people on these shows. Like, obviously there's always going to be a certain amount of clout chasers, but like the more genuine, real people that you can see yourself in that are on these shows, the more fun it is, right? Because it just feels real and raw. And that's why most reality TVs are so good in like the first or second season, because like before they like pop off, you know, you get more like real people, a la Lauren and Cameron, right? But at the end of the day, the more y'all do too much, it's hard. Like, it's really hard for people to want to go on these shows, you know? So yeah, not too much on it. It's hard. People are putting their real life, their raw, honest opinions, their painful experiences. Like, people are getting like cheated on, all these kinds of things, which are very raw, intimate moments on television for our entertainment. Like, remember that. Like, people are laying themselves on the line for our entertainment. Like, relax a bit. Not too much on these people. Except for maybe Matt. And Trevor now. Like, not even Trevor, because honestly, give this man an Academy Award, because we were all, maybe not all, but a lot of us were fooled. A lot of us were fooled. Okay, it's giving Academy Award. I might even watch Perfect Match because I need to see if he keeps up the acting that he was putting on Love Is Blind. It's actually wild. Alright, that's it for me. This channel is like new. It's gonna be mainly like media reviews, so mainly TV and books, because that's like my bag. But some movies in there too. For sure. At some point I'll probably get a mic because I'm sure the audio is not as crisp as one would like it to be. But this is what we got for now. Thank you so much for tuning in, if anyone actually watches this. And tune back into hear the conversation that I want to have about Amy and Johnny and the great contraception debate that everyone seems very confused about. And I think it just has a lot to do with how very surface level a lot of people's education in that arena is, if at all. Because a lot of schools just teach abstinence, which is unfortunate because a lot of people are not abstinent. A lot of the teen pregnancy epidemic. But anyway, that's it for me. See y'all on the flip side. Oh, now my knee cracking. That's crazy.